Should we start?
Yes. Ready?
Ready? Okay. So Tammy, you go first.
Me go first?
Yeah.
What would you like me to tell you?
Go through the characters, okay, and explain why you felt that. Okay. Others, if you have any questions, if you don't agree, say that. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Body frame. Medium muscular. Weight.
Okay. So when we look at body frame, the first question that everybody had, what do we do? We look at what is now, or we look at what has been the trait in the life till now, what has been the dominance, okay, what is the tendency of the body, that also has to be considered. So for example, I have always been thin and then you put on weight, but most of your life, like 40 years of life, 50 years of life, you've always been thin and then you put on weight and you became medium frame, then you will look at it slightly differently, where even in the kapha stage of life, which is your growing stage, your childhood stage, you were of a smaller build, that is something that you will consider as a character and not something that you have acquired now, because your characters will change gradually depending on the dosha stage at that stage of life also, and also maybe aggravations of doshas will also change the characters within you. Okay. So now again go back and answer the same question of body frame, whether what you have said is correct, or you were predominantly of a smaller build or a bigger build than what you mentioned.
It's up and down. It's not bigger than this, but it's smaller than this. I just kind of go from here to here.
Okay.
So I would still call it
Medium. Yeah.
Weight average. Abdomen muscular. Tendons medium. Joints cracking.
Okay. Now joints cracking. This is obviously a trait that must have come after a certain age. Yeah. Vata people, they tend to have cracking joints most of their life, irrespective of their age or this thing. So if it has not been cracking, or it hasn't been dominant in terms of cracking, or it has, when did it start cracking?
And you're speaking of knees.
Yeah.
I can recall.
Always.
Always.
Okay. So you can see that the trait has been dominant. Secondly, when you ask such questions about, say, cracking of joints particularly, or things related to joint, or any particular trait, you also have to look at, for example, we spoke about this, people who do excessive exercise. If suppose the person is a runner, a long distance runner, the chances are that person's joints will be cracking, because he is doing vata aggravating activities in huge amount. So then we have to also look at what was the situation before he or she started running, and then understand the character. Okay.
I've been doing active stuff most of my life.
Yeah.
Tendons and veins medium. Oh, sorry. Skin color, yellowish.
What do you mean by tendons and veins medium? Can we?
I can see them.
Yes.
They're not hidden.
Yes.
And they're not protruding. So they're
Okay.
not prominent.
What do you think, students?
I think it's good.
Yeah.
It's medium.
What is good?
That is medium.
Medium?
Medium.
Sure, like
Otherwise
this?
it would be pain. That's pretty good. Pretty medium.
Okay.
Pretty medium. Pretty
Medium? Okay.
Yeah.
I disagree. I think
They're what?
they look hidden to me.
They look hidden?
I would say
I mean, not just putting
medium.
them up.
I would say medium.
Say medium?
Yeah.
I would
And I,
say.
and I mean, from the arms, you can see the veins.
Yeah.
I mean,
Right.
the blue thing.
Yeah.
It's not like
But they're
it's
not,
Yeah.
but they're
so
not
wide.
intruding,
And,
yeah. Okay. Hands, medium.
Because when it rubbed in glove.
Nails, smooth, thick. I don't know if they're oily, but.
Focus, please.
Hair. This was a hard one. It's kind of fine, but it's not thinning. I have a lot of it, but it's thin.
Fine, you mean?
Fine.
Fine,
I have a lot
yeah.
of it, but it's fine.
Was it oily when you were a teenager?
No, not really.
How often did you have to wash it?
Every other day or?
Every other day.
Yeah.
That's
once a week.
pretty oily.
quite a lot.
Pretty oily.
Well, I think
Yeah.
that might have just been culturally.
Okay.
Like a habit, like a habitual thing, you know, more than the oiliness. Like a lot. Did you wash them because they started smelling
No.
bad, or it was just a habitual
A
thing?
habit. But I'll go with oily. And
Because
ready-
of the exercise you've
Yeah.
been doing, I
Yeah.
would imagine you'd be
Yeah.
secreting it unless you are.
Yeah, I guess it would be oily. I take that back. But I did put.
What's the natural color of the hair?
Well, this is my natural.
No, I'm asking.
What do you think?
That's right.
She was born with balayage. This is pretty much my natural color. My natural color right now is totally different, but I just got it done, so you can't tell it. I'm 100% gray.
Okay.
Yeah.
But this is the
That didn't happen in my.
no. This is the natural color, right?
Yeah, this is basically my natural
Yeah.
color.
Why do we have to ask the natural color?
I don't know. Because almost all women used to change the color.
No, that's true. I mean, they could change the color, but then you
Because
need to
Pitta
ask
is
because
more
if we
dark.
see
Kapha is more dark.
Kapha is a darker color,
Pitta is
Pitta
clear,
is more
red,
blonde.
is
Yeah.
blonde.
Red.
Yeah, so you need to
Darker.
ask that because if I am just sitting across a person and analyzing a constitution and I don't ask this question and I go by the color, I would make Christine a Pitta constitution because of the hair color.
Purple.
Because you're
Coloring the hair can dry it out as well.
Yes, absolutely. So you will have to ask questions about what are you doing with your hair in terms of if you see they are dry, if they are brittle. A lot of times, a lot of chemicals being used can also cause that. So you have to ask questions to understand, this
My
this particular.
question with that is, do you need to use a hair conditioner?
I do need a conditioner.
And if you don't,
It's a little. I could probably get away with not using conditioner.
it's oily.
Yeah.
Okay. Eyes.
Also, what is happening now is the overall education or the overall marketing is such that people are being more it's being more promoted to do a shampoo and conditioner necessarily. That's how it's being promoted. So irrespective of whether you need a conditioner or
Right.
not, everybody will tend to use a conditioner because that's become a part of the ritual kind of a thing, more than anything else. So, but the reason you ask that is, do you need a conditioner to make them, softer and smoother and separate them out, or they become cloggy after you use the shampoo? So that's,
Okay.
yeah.
Eyes. I have help on this one. Fiery and intense. They're not large and they're not.
Can you remove your glasses, please? Okay.
They look big for me.
Well, I just opened.
What do you say? They're certainly not small.
And they're not big.
And it has a bit of a kapha side, no? Because it's really gentle. It's like a cat, like Shrek cat.
Exactly.
But not the massive eyelashes that kapha
I
have.
don't have.
And the
yeah.
color is not color because of your color.
Yeah,
I was
that's
like,
true.
that is your real color?
It's a real color of my eyes.
Are you wearing
No, because
contact
sometimes the
lenses?
people
No.
have the color.
They're hazel, green, brown.
But the eye is fitting the whole,
It's a big,
it's a big eye.
it's a big
It's a
eye.
big eye?
It's a big
It's a
eye.
big
Oh,
eye.
yeah.
Okay.
It's a
Yeah.
big eye.
And not certainly the vata or pitta
Correct.
thing, yeah.
No, but the color would be
Kapha
pita, no?
But the
Is what she
color is
said.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So it will be mix.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not necessary that one
Kapha pita.
both?
trait will be dominated by one dosha. It will be mix
Yeah.
also.
Okay.
But it's
Moving on.
Yeah. Do you
now,
get dryness in the eyes?
I wouldn't say dryness. No.
Okay. Are they sensitive to sun?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you need to ask this because people who have pitta eyes, they will be sensitive to sun. Their eyes will be sensitive to sun. So the moment they have to walk out of in the sun, they will always wear shades,
Yeah.
to protect their eyes. And that will specifically define if there is a pitta trait in their eyes.
That being said, I wear my glasses to run.
Yeah.
I don't wear sunglasses. However, if I have contacts on, I have to wear sunglasses.
Yeah.
Mhm.
maybe because it dries also your eye.
Both the things.
Little
It dries
sensitive.
mainly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Contacts are.
Yeah.
Mouth and teeth, receding gums and irregular.
But receding gums, have they been receding always throughout the life? It's also, after a certain age, naturally they are going to
Right.
recede.
I would say earlier than later.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Irregular. Oh, I see. They're not. It's not a. They're
You use the.
no. I mean, they're not irregular like crooked, but it's not a denture. It's not. It's like a. what do
It's a
we call
veneer.
it? A veneer.
Caps.
Yeah.
A veneer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Veneers?
Okay. So.
No, they are veneers, I think.
So I don't know what that would be.
So you will have to consider what it was before
Okay.
you put on the
Okay.
veneers.
I would.
Were they irregular?
I did have, but I had a retainer. I didn't have braces, so it wasn't really massive,
Hmm.
and it was really on my bottom.
Okay.
So.
Would
I
be
would
still
go-
irregular. No?
Sorry?
Would be still irregular, no?
No, they were not braces. They were just a retainer. So it's not.
It's
You
not
know,
a full on.
It's not a full on. And nowadays retainers,
Retainer.
practically 9 out of 10 people, you go to a dentist and they'll say put a retainer.
It's what
You
you
know,
put at night, no? You mean?
Yeah.
The thing at night. No?
Yeah.
Tongue medium. Color red, yellow, green. I guess.
It's a bit.
There's really no coating. And moist. I would
So
say wet.
so see when there are colors given like pale and dull, red, yellow, green, pale and white. So it won't be red, yellow, green.
Right,
You know,
it'll
these
be
are
one
the
of those.
these are the
One of
options.
those.
You know,
It's like the big
yeah. So yeah, you underline it's red. Okay, that's how it's because the colors of pitta are red, yellow, green. Obviously, green tongue is not something that you would see.
That's your name.
Moisture is wet.
Mm-hmm.
Speech, I believe fast talkative, but I could also be forceful. But I think fast talkative is my go-to.
I don't think so.
No?
I think it's forceful. It's very.
Okay, like yeah.
So what is the characteristic trait of speech in pitta? The most important thing is pitta people when they speak, okay, they will choose the words correctly. Speak only limited words, but those would be impactful.
Unless they're angry.
Oh, they're gonna be double impactful.
Then it will be
Triple.
yeah.
Yeah, but it's true that when someone asks you something, you look somewhere, like somewhere, and then you think, and then you say. So
Do
it's-
I?
Yeah. You take your time to reply.
I think the better word is decisive rather than forceful.
Mm.
Yeah, it might be, because for
Yeah.
it sounds like
I
really.
don't know.
No,
Yeah,
forceful.
that's very hard.
Forceful is, we were talking about this, Daniel and me. Is what is forceful? Forceful is, when in a group, this person is speaking, you will not be able to speak over that person. You know, you will have to wait for that person to finish to start your communication or your talking. So that is what it is, that you cannot overpower the speech that this person is, you know, giving or talking about. So that is the meaning of the word forceful. Also decisive in terms of choice of words, what the person speaks, very specific, measured, but very effective. Yeah, usually pitta people are very good orators, they're very good speakers. Okay, kapha people, they speak less, they speak very measured, but it can get boring after a while. So they are not usually very good speakers, you know, in public speaking or in a group of people also. They are not the ones who will be, you know, very interesting in terms of how they are talking, what they are saying. There's a way of putting across things also, you know, that's best with the pitta people. Vata people, obviously being inconsistent, you know, they will speak a lot, they will speak fast, they will speak about a lot of different topics. Irrelevant is a bit harsh, I would say, you know, but they
Like
would
we talking
speak, you know,
about
you know, like if you're sitting here on a dinner table, they will talk about multiple topics. If you go back and examine what all each person has spoken about, you will see that the Vata person spoke about, you know, 10 different topics from 10 different areas. So that, yeah. So where do you stand? In which category, Tammy?
I'll go forceful.
Forceful, yeah.
Vocal qualities, of the options, I said, melodious. But, up for opinion.
No, melon.
Yes,
I think.
agree.
Sure, I don't know what it's
Shrill is also
Shrill is not a very
shrill
good
is
word.
not
It
a-
means high
yeah,
pitched.
yeah. High pitched, yeah.
That's all it means.
Yeah, high pitched.
That's true.
Hmm?
I'm just looking the translating part.
Yeah, high pitch, yeah.
Movement, I have quick and changeable for movement.
Like annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Decisive.
decisive. Oh, although, I'm pretty decisive.
Yeah, when you go to a place,
I-
you go straight
I
to
know
what
exactly.
you want, or you're like,
I've already planned out what I'm gonna do and I
Yeah.
decided and it's.
I don't think
okay.
it's quick and changeable. It's
yes.
Okay,
I was thinking about your normal movement in
Right.
your life.
Yeah, but you get distracted when you go
I
to
am
do something.
very decisive and I
Yeah.
think that creates
I don't know.
efficiency.
correct.
Okay. Temperature, warm, circulation, good and warm. Pulse, I tried my pulse, I think it's pretty slow.
Appetite.
Appetite is variable. I wouldn't call it strong. Maybe it's,
Always been?
I'm not a foodie and although food here has just been marvelous and I have a new taste for it.
If you missed a meal, would you go totally delirious and like all you can think about is what can I eat?
Can you cope with missing a meal?
Yeah.
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 I can cope with missing a
Yeah.
meal. So that's why I called it variable. Okay.
Can
Uh,
you cope with missing
so-
2 meals?
So variable is sometimes you are very hungry and sometimes you are not at all hungry. Okay, that's variable. Whereas what you are saying is you can cope up with the food is you can go without food but you will need certain meals regularly. Is your meal pattern regular?
Pretty
It
much.
might be 2 meals, it might be 3
Yeah.
meals, it might be
But
1
it's-
meal, but that's
It's-
regular.
Right, it is regular.
So then that doesn't come under Vata, that will come under
Kapha.
Kapha. So whatever 2 meals you are having, you need those 2 meals. You need 1 meal which is your important meal. The others can be, you know, based on your appetite. Whereas in case of Vata, what happens is they can basically go without food one day, but the other day they will have 4 meals, 5 meals because they're hungry. The other day they will only have 2 meals because they're not feeling hungry. And the meal pattern is also not fixed. There is no fixed meal. Like if you ask a question to a person, everybody has one important meal of the day, or 2 important meals of the day, or all important meals of the day. Yeah. So but people will have this tendency that lunch is important for me, or lunch and dinner is very important for me, or breakfast is very important for me, all 3 meals are very important for me. That trend has to be understood. Kapha person, because of the Agni, which is slow acting, it is not a low intensity Agni, it is a slow acting Agni. What does that mean? The quantity of food consumed will take longer time to digest, but the Agni is functioning properly, so the output of that digestive process is going to be very good. The product that is going to be formed, the nutrient fluid that is going to be formed, is going to be of a good quality, and that is why nourishment of the body is good. So input is less, but output is very good. If you look at the quantity, the volume of the food consumed is less, but if you look at their body, if you look at their structure, it is well built. That means in spite of having lesser quantity of food, the nourishment that is acquired from that is very good, which is a Kapha character. In case of Pitta, what happens? The quantity of food is also more. The digestion is also very fast, so in spite of eating larger quantities of food, they will require food to be consumed at regular intervals more often than Pitta or Vata. But they're physically, if you see, they are not going to be stronger than Kapha. They are going to be of medium build. Why? Because the Agni is strong. It is also digesting but also burning. So the entire food that has been consumed is not getting converted into nutrient fluid. Some of it is being burnt off because of the strong fire. So that is the difference between Pitta and Kapha. In Kapha, everything that is consumed is utilized. And when I am saying everything, I am making a statement which will make you realize that maximum of it is going to be utilized. Whereas in Pitta, some of that will be burnt off, will be charred. The remaining will be absorbed in the body. Okay? In case of Pitta, if the person doesn't eat food in timely manner, the person will start getting agitated, angry, will not be able to focus. Why? Because the Pitta which has been secreted, if the food is not there in the digestive system, the Agni will start digesting the body tissues. It will start acting on the body tissues, and a self-digestive process will start within the body. And that is why these people, when they are hungry, they need to eat. In case of Vata, because of the inconsistency, okay, because of the inconsistency, I'll give you an example. There is a fire, you blow on the fire will get stimulated, right? You blow more, the fire will get extinguished. Okay, so the same principle applies for Vata. One day the fire will get stimulated by the Vata, the other day it will get extinguished, and that is why there is variable appetite. Some days the Agni is very good, some days the Agni is very bad. So the days I would say, some meals the Agni is very good, some meals it's bad. There is so much of inconsistency also. So when it is good, they would eat like a Pitta. When it is bad, they will not eat food. What will also happen with Vata aggravation? Vata aggravation also means that they are not able to, the mind is not functioning properly because of the Vata aggravation. A lot of times when the Vata gets aggravated, the mind is also affected. Vata people, in spite of not having hunger, will also eat sometimes. So some people may say that I eat a lot of food. The question should be, do you feel hungry? Eating food is not the question, because nowadays people eat food based on time, based on their occupation, based on how they feel at that moment. A lot of times people eat food before they are hungry also. So the question has to be very specific. Do you feel hungry? Do not ask question how much food do you eat, because that can be misleading. Okay? Yeah, proceed please.
Thirst, I would say excessive strong.
Mm-hmm.
Digestive power, I would say strong. Evacuation.
Now,
Oh,
does anyone have question here? She's talked about three characters: appetite, thirst, and digestive power. So she said appetite is slow but constant, right? Correct, Tammy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thirst is excessive strong, and then she said digestive power is strong.
I think it's probably slow.
What is digestive power?
Acne, yeah.
What does that mean? Agni.
Digesting.
What does that mean?
Like the way you process, how long it takes to process the
Correct.
food.
So when you have consumed food, how long does it process? How long does it take to process the food? That is the digestive power. So Pitta people, they will digest the food in 4 hours, 3 hours, 5 hours. They will feel hungry again. Kapha people will take longer time to digest. So that's why they can go without food for 8 hours, 10 hours. Why? Because the Agni is good, steady, but takes longer time to digest. Vata people, variable. But in your case, if your Agni is slow and constant, then your digestion cannot be strong.
Right.
Clear?
Like when I go without eating, I'll have a period of, it'll be, I'm hungry, but if I'm focused on something and doing something, I'll just keep going. But I will have that hangry
Correct.
moment.
Correct. So which is typically only possible with Kapha.
Okay.
So the digestive power will be slow, because you can go without food for longer durations, without eating.
Evacuation, thick, billy, heavy. Urine, I would say, I go to the bathroom a lot. I mean, I pee a lot, but
You said you drink a lot.
So when we look at the feces, thick, oily and heavy, look at it, use a different terminology, well formed.
Yep.
Well formed is a character of Kapha. Okay, whereas Pitta people will have semi-solid or loose bowel movements. Okay, Pitta people will have semi-solid or loose bowel movements, whereas Kapha people will have well-formed stools. Okay. Now, having said that, depending on the quantity of food, depending on the Agni, Pitta people will also have well-formed stools. So then how do you distinguish between Pitta and Kapha? Or even for that matter Vata, because the consistency of the stools can keep on changing
From the color.
from the color. Sorry? Yes.
So they would go off
So the question that needs to be asked is, what happens when your stomach is upset? Now when I say upset, I mean to say if you're subjected to an alien environment, say a lot of people when they travel, okay, they either get constipated or they will have loose motions. When I say loose motions, looser stools or more semi-solid stools. How much laxative does that person need to make the bowel softer? Larger quantity of laxative, like for example, if a person consumes a lot of grapes, Okay, a pitta person will immediately have looser bowels. Kapha will not have any problems. Vata will not also have any problems. But pitta people, they have a easier tendency of having laxative effect because their bowels are soft. Similarly, pitta people, change of environment, change of climate, change of food, anything wrong they have eaten, anything excess they have eaten, the first thing that will happen is loose bowels, more number of bowels movements. Whereas vata tendency will be more towards constipation. Tendency. You will see people telling you this, that when I go to another country, when I change the house, when I go to my friend's place to stay,
When I come
even
to
change
retreat,
of sorry,
when I come to retreat.
yeah, yeah, constipated.
You can consider that even for the appetite. There are some people that when we
Yes.
go to the
Yes.
they travel, they lose
Yes.
the appetite. Okay.
So what happens? It's anxiety, right?
Huh?
When you travel,
Uh-huh.
it is anxiety. When you travel, you're going to a new place, so that anxiety is there. And if that is affecting your appetite, making it slower, making it lesser, what is that? That is vata.
But it can
But,
be that you are shy. I mean, your stomach gets shy.
What is that?
When you go out to someone's house and you are a bit like, okay, I don't want to do number 2 in this house
Because what?
because it gets
No,
shy.
finish. Because what you're saying is interesting, but what does that mean? What does
Yeah,
that
he
mean?
doesn't know.
That if
It's
you
anyways
eat,
it's about a thing. Anyway.
if you eat, okay, you will have to go to pass the poo, right? Now, is that normal with everyone? Does everyone have that tendency? No. When that happens, that means your bowels are softer. People who have pitta constitution, they usually will have softer bowels. So a lot of times they eat food or they are stressed, they will have more bowel movements, they might have looser stools, they might have loose motions, they might have diarrhea depending on the intensity. So even though you are shy of eating, that doesn't mean that it's something to do with that. It's still a pitta trait. You are trying to suppress the natural urge.
But it's not shy about eating. It's shy about
going to
The result of that,
yeah.
yeah, which is a pitta thing, right?
Yes.
Yes, Tammy,
The
please.
urine is, because I drink a lot of water, I mean, I go to the restroom a lot, but there's not a real strong odor nor a strong color.
So Tammy, coming back to the thirst, do you drink water as a habit or do you drink water because you are thirsty?
I think it's a habit.
It's a habit. So the question is, do you feel thirsty? Like, do you drink water when you are thirsty?
I do drink water when I'm thirsty.
Yeah, and also as a habit.
Right.
So the natural thing is, drinking water more of a habitual thing. So the thirst which you have classified into strong will still be a question mark according to me. I would not really say confidently that it is a pitta trait. It can be in between kapha and pitta.
Okay.
That will be defined by your sweating. If you sweat a lot, then you will tend to drink more. If you are not
Right.
sweating a lot,
I sweat a lot.
yeah. Okay, go on.
So I have medium sweat. Oh, should I do profuse?
You have to decide.
Well, but I smell like flowers. That's probably, just kidding.
Do you with perfume?
I do sweat a lot.
But no odor.
Not really, not a strong odor.
No.
And maybe that's because I flush my water, or the water flushes.
Do you use
Irrespective of
deodorant?
that, sorry, go on.
Do you use deodorant?
Not a lot.
Not a lot. What does that mean?
Well, you must know. I forgot my deodorant.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you don't stink though.
Huh?
You don't stink.
I don't have a real,
A strong odor.
I don't have a strong body odor.
So why use deodorant?
Yes, that's right.
Well, I have it. It's it's in, you know, and it's like if, I don't know, I don't use it often, but I would use it if I'm going, I don't even know when I would use it.
Mm.
I haven't,
Sometimes
So-
you use it and sometimes
So
you
that
don't.
certainly, that
Mostly
certainly is not a pitta character.
No,
Right.
no,
okay.
it's me.
Okay.
So it's a social habit.
Yeah, it's a social habit, and not even, you know, she doesn't even remember when she uses it.
Yeah.
Whereas a pitta person will.
Like you cannot go out without this.
So, alright.
So sweating, is it profuse or it is medium?
Well, I originally had it as medium.
So
I mean,
profuse
it's-
meaning what? You know, like when you exercise, you need to change your clothes. It's like
I mean,
Drenched.
yes, my shirt,
Dripping.
drenched.
wet.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
yeah. But during the day,
Mm.
although I just wiped my lip, you know, I'm not necessarily don't sweat unless I'm
Okay.
exerting,
Okay,
but I would call it medium.
okay.
It's 27 degrees and you've got a jumper on, so I think wiping your lips okay.
Okay. Menstruation in the day was light.
Mm-hmm.
Climate preference is all of the above.
Really?
I love the heat. I love the cold.
Mm-hmm.
Wind, I'm not really that big on, but
Easily pleased.
yeah.
Yeah, but if you love the cold, that's a bit of a giveaway, isn't it?
So you like the heat and you like the cold both.
I've
And-
grown up in both.
So you like, but the cold that you like is not really the dry, windy thing.
It's a dry cold. I don't
So-
like a humid cold.
You
So
don't
when
like
you've
humid
got
cold.
snow, it's not really
Well, it
cold.
depends on where you, yeah.
Right.
Colorado
It's
is a
dry.
beautiful dry cold.
Dry.
Yeah,
Right.
it's amazing.
It's a mix. Always? Always like both the climates?
I believe so.
Where did you have your honeymoon?
In Florida.
Right.
In the
More weather.
In which honeymoon?
Oh.
Tell us the other ones.
I only have one other one. So anyway, sex drive has gone from strong to erratic. So, for the majority of my life, it's been strong.
So put that in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Physical. Assertive and focus activity.
Mm-hmm.
Sleep. I put little bit sound because it's not prolonged. And I would say little bit sound. I'm consistent. Dreams.
Prolonged. What does how many hours do you sleep?
7, maybe 8.
Okay.
Do you think that's prolonged?
Yeah.
8 hours.
I don't-
8 hours
That's
is
prolonged.
it's a good comfort rate, you know.
Okay.
But also,
It's all-
if you don't get that sleep, do you feel that the next day your functioning is affected in any way?
No.
No.
But sleep it's almost a habit.
Yeah.
I go to bed early and I wake up early.
Okay.
And if I go to bed late, I still wake up early.
Okay.
So that would be a kappa?
No, I wouldn't say heavy and prolonged.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say in the pitta trade then.
Heavy prolonged is kappa?
Yeah, but you said that later but sound is better. It's so small.
I see little sleep in pitta is a bit misleading, I would say, because the little sleep or less sleep is usually a vata character. So medium sleep and sound sleep, that's something that would be a pitta trait.
Okay.
With sound sleep, what do you mean?
Not disturbed. You know, people, you would not be disturbed by anything around you.
Even there's some sound.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
not
yeah,
noises.
yeah.
It doesn't make noise.
Dreams.
And also easy to go to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like you will fall asleep very easily. Yeah.
Dreams. I put lights and fire and anger, but
Just a lot of action.
a lot of action.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Um,
Always.
For the most part.
Whatever you remember.
Yeah, I
Okay.
have pretty good dreams.
Okay.
They're pretty funny too. My emotional characteristics, I'm a really unsure because I don't feel I'm an anxious person. I'm not. I wouldn't call myself calm either, but I guess I just don't want to call myself aggressive and jealous. But that's really the only other option.
Under pressure?
Under pressure? Under pressure?
Not calm.
I would like to use the word assertive as opposed to aggressive. But
Yeah.
Go on.
although under pressure, I probably would say calm. Like if an emergency happened, I would be calm.
Okay.
I would be the one that would say, okay, relax, take a deep breath, and file closely out the door.
Oh wow.
That's a bit of characters.
Mm.
But Tita?
Mm.
Probably sitting in the corner saying, waiting for someone to do something.
Yeah, I would not wait. Okay, all right.
And also when you say assertive in terms of, you know,
As opposed to aggressive?
Under pressure.
as opposed to aggressive, I still feel that it's a trait that you have inculcated over a period of time, but still I would say that you do have strong pitta character. I have seen one incident happen here during the
Right,
where you know you were very specific, you know, and you are very
right,
you know
decisive.
so certainly I would say pitta there.
Okay.
Yeah.
I learned how to sit on my hands when I was in the corporate world.
Yeah,
You've learned skills how to manage.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And every time I would sit on my hands, I'd go, okay, Tammy, what do you think?
Mine.
Mine.
Quick and certain, memory is sharp, financial.
Sharp but prolonged.
Sharp, I would say prolonged, I have a pretty good memory.
So basically sharp and prolonged. Like you remember things from long times. Like
It depends.
do you remember people names
I am
and
really good with names.
names?
What's my
Also
name?
remember instances from your childhood, your college
My
days.
childhood, not so much. College, yes.
Okay. So sharp memory and
Financial.
quick and certain.
Financial, I would say moderate. Time management, punctual, and.
Do you like luxuries?
I don't really like luxuries, but I'm not a big saver.
Like you're not also a shopper.
I mean, if I go shopping, I know exactly what I want, and it's on the sale rack, and I go in and get
Yeah.
it.
So that's not
That's not moderate.
that's not I would say.
Maybe save.
And do you spend on brands or you spend on expensive
It's
stuff?
not important.
It's not important.
But I think luxuries could be anything because
Sorry?
when we talked about this, I think we mentioned that we could be really young and save a lot, and then just say maybe to go to the cinema or to really something
and this is
specific.
your lecture.
And this is
or
my
travel.
luxury for me, or to go to dinner, like to a really nice place. Not always buy like expensive stuff,
Or an
but
overseas trip.
yeah, something like this.
Or travel,
All that's
because even-
all this done. Okay, all this done. Good restaurants, good food, movies. Still, the pitta person will like to spend on luxuries.
But for me, there is many
Luxuries
ways
meaning
to-
expensive stuff.
But this for me, I mean, everyone thinks luxury is different because for me, going to a
Yeah, but
average.
maybe I mean I don't know if it's right, but maybe Pita like save but then spend in luxury, maybe a travel or cinema, whatever. As Kapha doesn't do. Probably.
Doesn't spend.
Yeah.
Doesn't spend
Yeah.
at all.
They invest. They would invest, or they would
Yes.
spend on things which are at most necessary.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the concept here is that the Vata person is is an impulsive buyer.
Yeah.
Definitely
Okay,
not that.
it's an impulsive buyer, the person. So, for example, we'll go and buy same things multiple times. Like if suppose a particular design of a shoe has come, or a shirt has come,
Handbags.
handbags, they'll buy. Like for example, in a particular design, all 4 5 colors, whatever they are. So it's an impulsive buying that a Vata person does. Pitta person will spend on good things. Okay, would like to, and that is why they have also said that Pitta people are rich. Okay, it's not about having money, it's about the projection. Pitta people will project by wearing good stuff, good things, as if they are rich. Does not necessarily mean that they have the bank balance. Kapha people will spend only on the necessities, save money, will invest money, will think twice before spending money. So that's the Kapha trait. What do you do?
Well, I would say I save and spend on very,
Necessities.
yeah, that's how I grew up.
Yes. Floss, your question on luxuries is still there?
No, I mean, what I think for me that makes it more obvious is that a kapha would not feel like going out, for example, to dinner, but for me, as I think that I'm more pitta in this aspect, I would definitely save for different stuff. I mean, I would not be like really spending a lot, but when it would be like, okay, let's go to a really nice restaurant because today I feel like, then I would take the pleasure to go and eat out, and for me this would be pitta.
Yeah.
And it's not like a really expensive, crazy restaurant. It's just like I feel I want this restaurant and I have food in my fridge, but I want to go to the
I want to go.
restaurant.
Yes, correct.
So this is for
Yeah.
me.
Time management, I'm punctual and respect the time of others.
Mm-hmm.
Completion, I'm good if interested,
Mm-hmm.
and adventurous and take risk, and organized and good memory. So when we look at adventurous nature, Vata people have a natural tendency of not being adventurous. They will Vata, yeah. The Vata person, Vata energy person will not be adventurous. You ask this person to go on a bungee jumping, no. The idea is no. Pitta person will do that without being scared. Kapha person will do things, but it's a calculated risk. So adventure is also very calculated. Will not go on some crazy adventures. So it's all measured, calculated, so that taken care that I am not going to get any injury, I am not going to have any problems. All that is sorted out, then the person will indulge in any adventure. That is the difference between Pitta and Kapha.
But pitta would be the one that
Maximum adventures.
maximum adventures, but then could feel afraid, like, oh my god, where I put myself in. No?
Yes, can be.
Okay.
Well, maybe it's the Vata aspect.
Sorry? That's the Vata.
aspect.
Because you will have all the doshas, right? So your Pitta and Vata, if you have equal amount of Pitta and Vata, you will say, oh, I am going to do this. And then you get on the plane to jump down, and then you start thinking, what I have got myself into.
Take me out.
So, okay, so where do we stand?
I don't know, maybe I do take calculated risks. I don't know. I'm not.
No, you don't do things just for the adrenaline rush.
In a rush.
Adrenaline rush.
Oh, I don't. I've bungee jumped 3 times. I've jumped out of a plane.
No, she's really
You
fit.
know, what do you call that?
The zip
line.
zip line. Yeah.
Way up.
Oh wow.
I've climbed Q1.
Okay.
So, but that's just adventure, right? It's just.
Yeah, your adventure and fun loving.
Yeah, I would say it's Pitta, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Because it's just adventure. It's not just adventure for a lot of people.
Okay.
Not for her.
I'm not saying that I'm not scared, but yeah, it's adventure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The fact that you put yourself in that position
Yeah.
and you enjoy it, right?
Yeah.
You have a lot of courage about it.
Yeah.
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 Fantastic.
It's good.
Yes.
So what did we find out at the end?
It
Did you add it up?
actually, yeah, but I have to re-add. I believe I'm
Yeah.
more
Can you
Pita Katha.
can you do that? Can you add? Don't feel shy about it.
Otherwise, they're gonna be here.
27 Pita, 13 Kappa.
Yeah. So Pitta Kapha, that's the constitution. Okay. How much is Vata?
8. Actually, I've modified it down to 5.
Okay. Pitta Kapha. Pitta is dominant.
Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, I think.
Yes, for me.
Because I'm in my declining stage.
The tearing.
Is that recline
Sorry, what did you say?
or decline?
Recline.
Reclining, that would be better. Thanks, Jean.
So do you want to go, Daniel?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Elena.
Oh, sorry, Elena. I'm so sorry.
So, can I start?
Yeah.
So, body frame medium,
Okay.
weight average, abdomen muscular, tendons and veins medium, joints loose medium, skin yellowish and reddish,
Mm-hmm.
skin dry and rough.
Dry and rough. Okay.
Yes. Hands
Always been dry and rough.
I think yes. And hands dry and pallid.
Mm-hmm.
Nails soft and pink.
Easy to grow.
Easy to grow.
Okay, and they grow longer without
Lo-
breaking.
Yes. And I'm always cutting for the
Okay.
youngest, but
Okay.
hair dry, ever
Mhm.
ever dry, always dry.
Mm-hmm.
Eyes fiery and intense. Mouth soft and pink. Gums. Teeth.
Eyes.
Eyes.
What do you think?
Sharp.
Intense, sharp.
No? Vata? Is Vata here? Because Kapha is not.
Kapha, no, for
Kapha,
sure.
no.
Vata, Pitta. What do you? Vata or Pitta or mix? What?
I'm looking everybody eyes.
I think it's Vata. Vata is.
Vata.
They don't move around very much. Just holding it still. You're holding it.
The two things, the way I look at it, there's the structural and the functional.
Yeah.
Okay? So structural, I'm seeing Vata, and then what you looked for is functional.
Yeah.
Right? So the movement.
But not everybody will have, like inconsistent
Correct.
or moving,
Yeah.
etc. Because there will be a mix also. So, but eyes, I will certainly say that
Small.
small.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I will change here.
Are they sensitive to sun?
Yes.
Okay.
Very
So
much.
sensitivity to sun is
Pitta.
basically a pitta character.
Okay.
But also there is no redness at all anywhere. If you see the white part, the sclera is completely white. It's nowhere red anywhere. Even you cannot see small capillaries. So that's
For
also
pitta.
not a pitta character. Not a
No,
pitta
this is
character.
aggravation of pitta.
Sorry?
This is aggravation of pitta.
No,
when
not
it's-
necessary. You will see pitta people have eyes which are yellowish in nature. You can see the capillaries.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but vata pitta combination.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's continue. Teeth,
Yes.
medium and yellow. You want to see? Okay. Tongue, medium and pointed. Color red. When I have coating, it's white.
Mm-hmm.
Not never yellow.
Mm-hmm.
Moisture or red.
Can you show your tongue?
Yes.
There you go.
Mm.
Let them see.
I mean, it's red. It's
Vabbè,
red.
yellow, but I think we got you drunk the tea.
I kind of don't feel it too. but-
Yeah. No, I mean right now.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
red.
Okay.
Vabbè, yeah.
That's not in your
But
The
I
eyes?
cardamom.
Yeah, yeah.
The
But
cardamom tea.
I think it.
I think, but if you look a
Try.
little bit under, yeah, maybe
Even
they could be
sometimes I
white.
feel like mine
yeah.
is white, but it has a tiny bit of yellow. It's not
Yeah,
full,
yeah,
full
definitely
white.
Yeah.
But right now it doesn't.
Okay.
Plus,
Okay.
can we see your
I don't know what fenugreek has something.
doesn't matter, just
Oh, it's nice.
see
not
the,
bad.
see the difference in
It's
shape.
not pointed.
See
Yes.
the difference in
Mine
shape.
is pointed.
Mm.
Mine
Yeah.
is pointed.
Yeah.
I mean, it
Yes.
depends how I put it. Because
And-
if I stretch it or something,
Can you point?
Yes.
I think so, but I don't know how I do it. I need to check in the mirror.
I think.
No, that's not the
don't
natural
worry.
thing,
No,
right?
you can't.
That's not a natural thing. You
Yeah.
know, when you say put the tongue out,
It's still rounded.
it's still
rounded.
yeah, yeah, round and big. Yeah,
Difference. See the difference.
yeah, round and big and
You
yeah,
can see the difference.
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Close my
So
Yeah.
We really studied tongues.
speech, forceful. Vocal qualities, I think it's melodious. Movement decisive. Temperature of touch and palpation warm. Circulation good and warm. Pulse moderate and frog-like. Appetite strong and excessive. Thirst
How much? How frequently do you eat?
at least 3 meals a day.
At least.
At least.
Okay.
Thirst excessive and strong.
Mm-hmm.
Digestive power strong. Evacuation dry, hard. When I'm traveling, everything that happened,
Stops.
yes, it stops.
Mm-hmm.
Urine, I think it's more erratic and thready.
Mm-hmm.
Sweat profuse and strong odor.
Okay.
Not that much profuse, but when I have sweat,
Sweat,
it has a strong odor. It's not
Okay.
that. Menstruation heavy.
Mm-hmm.
Climate, I prefer the cool.
Okay. With the menstruation, do you also have any during the menstruation you have constipation or diarrhea?
I never have diarrhea.
Never.
Never. I don't,
Any pain?
I don't know what is diarrhea.
Okay. Okay.
Never in your life.
Wait until tomorrow.
No, I'm like this today already.
Yes. Climate preference cool. The sex drive average. Activity assertive and focused. Sleep middle but sound. Dreams, lights, fire, anger for sure.
Okay.
I ever think during that I'm fighting with someone.
Okay.
Emotional character is aggressive and jealous. Personality traits intense, easily irritated.
Okay.
Under pressure, angry and abrupt. Mind quick and certain.
Mm-hmm.
Memory sharp and impulsive. Financial saves is spent on basics, books, sure.
Okay.
Time.
Has that always been that, or is because you're in a family situation now?
No, always.
Always.
Yes, I don't care about thinking new stuff. So I never like that. Just the basic.
Okay.
I like that. What else?
Time
Time
management.
management, punctual, irritated if other not.
Mm-hmm.
Complexion skills good if interests.
Mm-hmm.
Adventurous nature, adventurous takes risks.
So you also jump, can jump
Yes,
through
I climbed a lot of mountains. I always jumped in a bungee jump. Yes,
Okay.
but and I surf. Surf is a high risk sport.
Mm.
Organized, good memory.
You don't make lists.
I make, but I don't follow my lists.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Yes,
What is that?
maybe vata.
But you're making them so you're Peter and you're not following them.
That's
Vata.
vata. Yeah.
Yes.
And do you always complete the things that you start?
No,
So
vata.
Yeah.
Make organized chaotic because chaotic is so strong.
I disagree with your voice qualities.
Yeah.
It's not melody.
No.
So it's shrill.
It's more
Shrill
yeah.
means
Shrill.
high pitched.
Yes. Yes. I didn't know what is shrill. I searched for that, and in Portuguese, I don't consider this.
Well, you don't think it's right?
Nobody wants to
It's a
write
student.
about
I would not consider it shrill as
Yeah.
well. I would say it's
high pitched is different.
high pitched is different,
Yes.
and I would say that it is
You know.
kind of wavering, unsteady.
Yes.
Unsteady.
Unsteady.
I think it
Vata.
was
I don't know what's the
right.
exact
Vata.
word, but it's
More bata.
Undulating.
yeah, yeah,
Is what?
Like it has
Undulating.
Yeah.
It goes up and down
Yes.
with
Oh.
the volumes.
volumes. Yeah,
So that's not
and also I think
No.
a lot of times when you're trying to say things,
Mm.
you're not sure about how you want to put it across. Maybe the language also can be a reason for that, but I don't know how you speak in your mother tongue. It's like, so that's something that would be interesting to understand. But
Yes.
yeah, because choice of words obviously is difficult when it's not your
Yes.
usual language to speak. Yeah. Okay.
So what is the score?
What is the score?
This car is I think
Revised.
7 vata, 34 pitta, and 5 kapha.
Okay.
I thought there was one.
If you now we will look at Elena as an example. If you would not have seen this, she would not have read you these characters. She sits across you for an examination. What you would have classified her as? Just looking at her.
Yeah, pita. Definitely pita.
Okay.
Yeah, with a bit of bata. But still more pita.
I would have classified her Pitta for sure, but not with how many Vata characters have you shown?
5, 2 less one.
Just
Yeah?
7.
Just 7. I would have thought that she has
More
more
Vata.
Vata.
Yes.
At least I would say physically, more Vata than what the actual analysis is showing.
Especially with that much pitta and you've never known what it's like to have diarrhea. It's like, whoa, okay.
Mm.
Yes.
That to me is, I'm looking at the Vata camp here.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But for sure, her body constitution looks more muscular.
more muscular.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
And that's not gym.
There's no gym.
It's natural.
It's natural,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes. I've
She is
always
fitter,
been like
but
that.
the
Like that.
higher Vata.
Higher Vata, yes,
Yes.
higher Vata. Yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
but also what Sonia is saying is important because when we look at the constitution and when we look at these numbers adding up, okay, say for example I had 30 characters of Vata, or 30 characters of kapha, but my agni was like pitta. Okay, then you will have to still consider it as an important aspect of constitution, because that is going to define a lot of things that's going to happen in your body eventually. Because if your agni is strong and you still exhibit, say, dominance of vata, then you will have to look at pitta differently than you would otherwise look, because it's a main thing. Similarly, in her case, the bowel movements which are a resultant of the digestion, a strong agni, which is a strong digestive system, and then the bowel movements are completely vata. So either it's a vata aggravation which is there, or maybe the agni is not that strong as we are thinking of. So either of that will be the case, which you will explore more when you sit down and talk to the person and try to understand it in more details.
Well, she says she's surfing and things like that, so I think that might be making the appetite a bit stronger. And if you were not doing any of those physical activities, I think that would definitely shift how you see the appetite and
Yeah.
the need for
Yeah.
food and so on.
It's not just surfing, you've been doing sport now for decades.
Mhm.
Activity, yeah.
Yes, a lot of activity.
Okay, so we'll stop now. We will do some more constitutions tomorrow, and then we'll start with the next topic. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. This is tomorrow.